Get ready for the hottest gaming take you're going to hear this week. 6 Days in Fallujah is the most important game of this decade. Let's get to the bottom of why this military sim may change gaming forever. By the way, if you like these videos, please consider liking and subscribing. There comes a time in every developing art form where after the foundational and exploitational works are produced, seminality begins to be introduced. 6 Days in Fallujah represents the gaming industry's first truly seminal work, its first attempt to transcend the boundaries placed on it as an art form by society at large. It seems to be an intense, uncompromising take on a tactically questionable battle in what has become to be known as a morally grey war. Not surprisingly, 6 Days holds the distinction of being the first game to fall victim to cancel culture, though not from the sources you would expect. Originally slated to be released in 2009, questions were raised around its appropriateness, and once the game's original publisher Konami was got to, the game was shelved in 2010. Who would question the appropriateness of a game detailing the struggles of US Marines in an unpopular war? Who has the power and the influence to get a game preemptively pulled? No one knows for sure, but deep-voiced, trench-coated informants claim it was the US military's own media arm. Fast forward 11 years and once again, people are clamoring for the game to be cancelled. But those voices are far fewer now. Their shouting is barely above a whisper. More and more gamers are beginning to see what looks to be the first real shot at an immersive battle sim where heroism is less Navy SEAL and more private first class. The gameplay mechanics look exceptionally far removed from what FPS regulars would expect. Look at how slow the movement is and how much the player is reliant on their team, how the weight of the gear seems to dictate the player's speed, and how tuned battle tactics need to be. The way the light blinds the player moving from inside to outside in what would be a life or death move. The lack of a HUD pointing to where the damage is coming from or your magazine's remaining capacity. The procedural generated maps look so well thought out that it just seems that this game would grip you and not let go. There are reaction videos online from vets from the very same battles covered in the game that are shocked by the realism and accuracy seen so far. But accuracy is nothing new. The story, however, is. Up until now, gamers have had a deluge of exceptional military protagonists to play as. Doomguy, Snake, Sam Fisher, Master Chief, the list goes on. And while no one is saying the Marines in 6 Days in Fallujah are not exceptional, they are just normal Marines. No special forces, no army rangers, no stealth suits, no enhanced cybernetic organisms. Their motivations could be your motivations. Don't leave your child parentless. Protect those who protect you. Survive. And so we arrive as gamers to the very first recreation of a really bad situation that ordinary people had to manage. And in a hyper-realistic, sanguine way, we get to experience their fear vicariously. In a way, 6 Days in Fallujah represents a stepping-off point for gaming as a whole. The game looks to present the darker sides of the ordinary human condition without any of the redeeming qualities conventional marketing wisdom says needs to be present in a game aiming for a AAA category launch. There is no cushion to the experience. No historically justifiable enemy, no quad damage power-ups, and no gratuitous gunplay. Instead, it is just a mirror to an event 17 years ago that scarred a great many people. And for Highwire Games, doing that takes an enormous risk. This idea already bankrupted a studio before and may do so again unless the risk pays off and the boundaries for what is considered art in gaming are redefined.